So one of the things that I believe that is very obvious over the last 4 years is that our federal government has been weaponized against us. And in my first term, I was fortunate enough to be on the select committee on weaponization of the federal government. And we were looking at things like the IRS. I don't know if you're aware of this, but there was an undercover operation with a gentleman who worked for the IRS. And he has explained that by using AI, they're able to access every person's bank account in the entire United States. And he even went as far as to say the world.
All right, guys, if you don't believe this, I don't know what to tell you because this is what they do. They can access pretty much anything, anywhere they want. Let's just listen. I'll explain later.
Right. Lots of big news that I'm going to be sharing with you this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to be exposing corruption at the IRS. We're going to be exposing corruption at the Department of Education. Let's go ahead and jump into today's news. Thank you so much for liking and sharing these videos. Speaking to reporters from the Oval Office, President Donald Trump warned that a reciprocal tariff on Canada for dairy products and lumber imported from the U.S. could be imposed as early as today. President Trump claimed Canada is charging Americans a tariff of more than 200% on lumber and dairy. Wait a minute. I thought America was the bully and that Canada was the one being bullied. Now it's come out that they've been charging a 200% tariff on Americans for several years.
See, and this is the thing, guys. So they don't mind ripping us off, right? And they've been doing it. It's not just Canada. Many, many countries have been ripping us off. They don't mind doing it as long as they don't mind being on the beneficial end of it. And as soon as we start calling them out and saying, no, wait a minute, no, we don't want to go for this. We want everything to be fair, right? We're not trying to rip them off, but we want everything to be fair. They don't like fair. They want to be greedy. They want to take our money.
Trump continued, they make it impossible for us to sell lumber or dairy products into Canada, but our numbers are a tiny fraction of that, almost non-existent. They'll be met with the same exact tariff unless they drop it.
And by the way, guys, this is what has been happening in the United States to America, to Americans for decades, many, many decades, as I said. This is why the standard of life, the quality of life has gone down so significantly. It's by far not the only reason, but it is one of the big reasons why our standard of life, all of the things that they've been doing, all of the things that have been happening, okay, have played a part in devaluing the dollar and making it harder and harder for Americans to get by. This is why you have people working 2 and 3 jobs. This is why you have people not able to afford the same home that they could have afforded 10, 20, 30 years ago. This is why you have both people in the household, both adults, husband and wife, or whatever adult, 2 adults are living in the home, have to work. Both adults have to work, right?
And we may do it as early as today, or we'll wait until Monday or Tuesday, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to charge the same thing. It's not fair. However, some are already doubting President Trump's plan to impose tariffs due to the worry that it might hurt Americans. For instance, in an interview with CNN, Republican Senator Rand Paul stated, "Almost every industry in Kentucky has come to me and said, it will hurt our industry and push up prices of homes, cars, and so I'm going to continue to argue against tariffs." And Senator Paul isn't the only Republican opposing President Trump. Senator John Kennedy also claimed to share the same worry. He stated, "I think President Trump on economics and otherwise is doing very well. But you remember that old saying, the danger of rising high is that the air gets thin. I am worried about tariffs. We're in uncharted waters. I think if the tariffs do start to cause inflation, I think the president will back away from them. Now, I think we are all new to the tariff idea.
I don't think tariffs are going to cause inflation. I mean, sure, it's possible, but here's the thing, guys. Like, our country used to make its money off of tariffs, right? Then they, for the most part, did away with tariffs and they started implementing an income tax. Um, this is how our country's been making money for a long time, or was making money for a long time. I don't see any reason why the tariffs couldn't work, at least off the top of my head. But again, it's time for America. Why is it that America is the only country that everyone expects us to accept being screwed over? Why are we the only country in the world that is expected not to have secure borders and not to enforce the security of our borders? Why are we the only country that is supposed to accept getting ripped off when it comes to other countries robbing us through tariffs and other means, right? Look at what's going on with Doge, right? The Department of Government Efficiency, I think is what that stands for. Look what's going on with that, right? So they're discovering all of this corruption, all of this tremendous amounts of waste in money. Millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, billions, and even in a couple cases, trillions. Why does everyone have a problem with this? Well, not everyone, but a lot of people. Why do a lot of people have a problem? I don't know. Why does the left have a problem? I can't imagine anyone that would have a problem with our money. It's our money. It doesn't matter if you're on the left, the right, middle of the road, maybe you're a political atheist. It doesn't matter. Okay? In this particular context, it does not matter. It is our money that is being spent through all of these fraudulent and corrupt programs, whether they be domestic or foreign.
It's uncharted water for all of us. But according to the past, this is what made America super wealthy. So, although I'm nervous, I'm gonna give some time to see what's going on. President Trump and his top economists believe that this will bring more investment to America, more companies to America, more good-paying jobs for Americans, and that the government will therefore have to abuse taxpayers less and collect that money through businesses. That, coupled with abolishing the waste, fraud, and abuse, could have a huge positive economic change for American households. But I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I'm also operating on faith that Trump and his top economic advisors, many of which were on my channel and guided us from 2017 till 2021, they are the ones that are guiding the president. And I believe that he does not want to hurt Americans, but he does want to get fair trade, and he wants to stop the abuse against the American people.
All right, guys, go check this video out. I'm going to leave his link below. There is a lot to be said on this video, and go check it out. I'm going to leave his link below in the description. Let me know what you think. But yeah, it's time. It's time for America to say, okay. And it's not even that we want to get one over on anybody. It's not that we want to cheat anyone out of anything, or we just want a fair playing field, whether it be domestically between the American people and the government and the corporations and the bankers, or whether it be between the American people and foreign entities taking our money for completely nonsensical programs that have nothing to do with benefiting Americans or improving American life. I mean, look at what they did during COVID stimulus packages and stuff. Like they had money going out. I mean, you talk about pork bellying a bill. Good God, they had all kinds of stuff in there that had nothing to do. Tens of millions of dollars for, I think there was one called salmon breeding studies and all these different things in all these other countries that many Americans haven't even heard of, right? A lot of Americans haven't even heard of these countries. And we're giving them tens of millions, hundreds of millions, billions, and what have you. And here's another thing. I'm going to leave you with this thought, and then you go check out his video. Um, what if, what if all of that money, even just the money that they have found thus far, that has been wasted, what if they took that amount of money and then you took every person in the workforce in America, which is, I don't know, 100 and some million, and you gave a stimulus check or a dividend check, whatever you want to call it, and you gave a check to each, you evenly divvied up all of that money between people in the workforce. I'm not saying all Americans, I'm saying just those in the workforce, right? And evenly divvied up that money between the Americans in the workforce. Think about that. How much would each American get? Go do the math. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. Check out the link below. You can go to his video, and Stephen Gardner does great work. I enjoy his videos a lot. They're very informative and very insightful. So please go check out his work, guys, and have an awesome day. I will be talking with you all soon.